What's up, everybody? Guess what? Oh, what was that? Looks like the Impala mounted up. Looks pretty badass. You know, nope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Huh? Looks badass. Went ahead and threw the front group on here to see where we're at. I think we can even use the stock hinges, which is seriously cool. A lot of work making hinges work in this thing. And in retrospect, I think I could have used the stock wiper box. So now I gotta go back and add that back in. What a bitch that is. Anyway, so we have that cut out. I'm gonna have to make new or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but anyway, the wipers again are gonna be the problem. Always are, every single time. So anyway, you can see it's sitting up right now. The worst part about the whole thing, okay, is right there. The part of the floor that comes forward, so you have a few more inches for your toesies. I have to cut that back. That looks like dog shit hot. So we're gonna cut that back, work that in. But looking pretty snazzy. It's all the way down. I don't know. Is that about? That looks about Apollo ride height stock, I guess. I don't know. But the Caprice chassis is still all the way up. It hasn't come down at all yet, so it's got a ways to go. This body, of course, is way lighter than the Caprice body was. So anyway, that was pretty badass. I don't care what anybody says. The trunk, it's a cluster. So we're gonna have to do some melding. Probably cut the back of the tub out to graft that into the floor, and then bring the frame rails down. The frame rails are up, 4 inches above where the stock frame rails were. The wheel tubs are a little lower than the stock ones, so we had a little communication snafu between me and Nan. I told Nan to trim off one, and he trimmed off the wrong one, and I trimmed off the other one. So now, again, we have to do some more adding on the wheel tubs. So, anyway, I think I'm just going to put a brand new wheel tub on the inside. That way I can match up to the trunk hinges without having to do a whole bunch of surgery and fabricating stuff. So I think I can buy new inner tubs, hopefully, and just put new factory inner tubs up to the Caprice floor pan. Of course, on the outside, it's a cluster down here because of the rust, and that was where a spare tire well was. Obviously, you can see the little remnants of it right there. So we got to do a bunch of work back here in the back. There's a lot of work back here. Not only that, the drip rails are a cluster. I got to make new ones of those almost all the way around. So that's gonna be fun. Let's see. Move this side. So you can see right here, the hoist got away from me and ripped up the quarter panel. It doesn't really matter, it's wasted anyway, so I'm going to put a new patch panel in there anyways. The back also, it's got, some issues. Rust around the tub. Needs new rockers also, so anyway, the rockers are always a little issue for the newer cars on the older bodies than the newer cars. Because you see how low the rockers are. So I have to make new rockers to fit down to that area anyways. So buying rockers is always a matter. I have to change them anyway. So every car I have to change the rockers or I have to add to them. This car we're just going to make new ones and fabricate them to come down and catch the factory stuff down below. The front I was really surprised about here. I thought this car was going to be quite a bit longer and I'd have room for the radiator support. No. So I want to run the stock Caprice radiator just because there's so much stuff that hangs off of it that has to be on there. Doesn't have to be, but you know, if you want to have all the you know, goodies of the Caprice, you want to run all the stuff that the Caprice had. You want to run the electric fans, the oil cooler, the trans cooler, the power steering cooler, the 400 different coolers we have hanging off the radiator. So anyhow, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do there. I don't know yet. So that one doesn't work there to get involved. You can see the rails that come down. They don't interfere with the fenders at all. We'll probably end up cutting off the front sections and bringing a piece up into here, filling all this inside here. So anyway, definitely coming out cool. Definitely fits good. When the car has the weight on it, it'll come down a good couple more inches. Plus, it has a couple inches of room to lower. So that's probably twice as high as the ride height will be when I'm done with it. The front, you can see where the frame rail comes out here. This is part of the crash rail. Doesn't really do anything for us, so I'm going to cut it off and box in the back of it so that, anyway, eliminate a front portion of that so that we won't see it underneath the radiator or underneath the bumper. Or the bumper covers, you know, it has little covers going on the bumper. So, just little splash pans. So, anyway, there it is. We did it. Now all the work begins. Believe it or not, that's the easy part. It gets busy from here. So, we got a long way to go yet. We're going to trim up, like I said, this front little section. I'll show you real quick. Right here, see it's catching right there and a little bit inside here. So if I lower this section down another inch or so, that gives me another inch up here on the front wheels. So I want to have everything I can as low as I could possibly go with this thing. So that would make it as low as possibly goes. Because the hinges are barely going to make it as it is, and I want to use the factory hinges. If I go an inch, I can probably trim and still make the hinges work. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower it 1 more inch. And then that's it. So we're going to take it off, mount the body to a cart, a rolling cart. Take it down to the sandblaster, have them get busy on it. Get it sandblasted and get it all cleaned up because I don't want to work with it like this anymore. Pull the rest of the trim out of it, pull the windows out of it. And then... well, before we get sandblasted, obviously. And then by the time it comes back from the sandblaster, we can have the portion of the front portion of the body trimmed off underneath here. We can have some other little things done on the back where the trunk, where the spare tire well is. There's some things we can do to it, but really it's going to stall this project. So anyway, know that once after probably. This video will probably be the last one for at least 2 or 3 weeks until it comes back from the sandblaster. In California, we are backed up with a sandblaster. I don't know what the problem is. Why everyone can't get anything sandblasted right now, but I got to get in line, and it's going to sit there for at least a week or two. I've had another 59 Apollo down there getting blasted, and it's been there for 2 months. They finally got it done. I got to go pick it up when I drop this one off. So, anyway, it turns around. No, not yet. So, 7 drops. Got it all trimmed up. Fitting pretty good. We got 1 more to go. We got a little trimming in the morning. And we are going to get the cowl to come down another 1.25 inches. In the scheme of things, 1.25 inches is a whole long way. Some people lowering a car 2 inches is, we're lowering a car to 1.25 inches, makes a big difference. So the back is down, the front's got to go a little bit more. So anyway, let me turn this thing around so y'all can check it out. So while this thing's got a sandblaster hanging out on vacation for the next 3 weeks or so, we're going to get those small things done on the Caprice, like I said, and then get back to work on it when it comes back. We have still the 61 Impala, which we're going to start on while this car is on vacation. Like we have maybe 2 days of things we can do to the Caprice, maybe 3 at the most, way out, and then it's just going to sit. So we're going to pull out the other Caprice, which is basically just a body. My son used it for the motor and tranny, and they butchered the wiring harness and everything on it. So we're just going to use it for the suspension and the pan, because the Impala I have it's rusty bastard. I mean, there's like no floor in this thing. So we're going to put the 61 on top of that platform to take care of all the floor pan problems. Plus, they'll give it a suspension. Car's going to get a 5.3 with twin turbos, and you know, we're going to use a stock dash. So that's more like a chassis swap, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's going to be a lot like this. We're probably using the front seats, and that's about it. I don't like using high back seats in an old car, so I usually cut them down and they look like old seats, you know. But the floor pan will take the seats, so we just try to use the seats on the front because they bolt right in and they are very comfortable. We're probably even going to use the old older steering column, because there's no sense using the late steering column because there's just no sense in it, right? I mean, you don't need the key, you don't need all the other stuff. I mean, it's nice to have all the tilt and everything goes along with it, but unless you have electronics to support it, there's no sense using the new steering column. So we're going to use the old steering column in that 61, and so we'll start putting that 61 on that Caprice platform. Basically the same thing you saw go down here. You're not going to see me take the thing apart, the Caprice, because I already did it one time. And if you want to see how it's done, it's the same exact way we're going to do it again that we did it on this car. So you can go back in the archive of the 59 and you can see how it's done. The only thing you're not going to see is, and you'll see it in the future, is the wheel tubs that I'm going to have to add to this car because of the Caprice wheel tubs being so shallow, let's call them, and they aren't wide enough where they come in to catch the trunk hinges. And I don't want to have to make a lot of stuff to make trunk hinges work, so it's just better to just change the tubs out, and it'll be a lot easier that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I ordered a patch panels this thing, so while it comes back, we'll get the patch panels done, and we'll start melding it onto the permanently onto the Caprice, and then all the small stuff, which takes forever. You know, hooking up the headlights, taillights, and it's not like regular taillights. Just don't plug them in. You have to find out which wires are which. Okay, so that's that car. That's the Impala. We talked about that, and then so anyway, I'm gonna sign off. You're not gonna see me for a little while. I know you're gonna miss me. You can comment on my stuff. I answer all the questions. I enjoy getting the questions. Again, to my one hater, I love you. I don't know why, because one guy's I get one dislike on every video. I mean, one guy. If you don't like me, then don't watch my stuff. Anyway, it's whatever. They're gonna make everybody happy. I don't care. So anyway, the Impala came out badass. It's gonna be bitching. It's got a long way to go, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Okay, stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. What else is there? Do me a favor, man, and subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe. You know, check it out. You know, show it around. It helps me out. I really appreciate it. I want to keep this YouTube thing going. I hope everyone likes the wheels I have. I'm not the best videographer, I know, and I'm trying to do I'm trying to do the best I can when it comes to editing. But man, by the time I start doing editing around 12:30, I'm dozing off in the middle of it half the time. So I'm getting better. So, and I'm a work in progress. So anyway, love you guys. Bye now.